Our Patreon pick this week, as requested by our lovely Patreon member Tutbot, thank you for the request, was the 2011 film Sucker Punch. And if you also want to get your movie in our queue and potentially get it rolled and picked like Tutbot this week, then go to guapish.com/Patreon or patreon.com/Guapish for $1 a month. Get your movie in the queue and we'll watch it eventually, just like Tutbot. Nico, how about you talk about the plot of this movie for no particular reason?
But I literally picked one of the other movies this week.
Dude, that's crazy for some. I saw Funny Games and my mind was like, yeah, I picked that.
Yeah. You
dude,
did though, originally.
I did. I mean, Dylan, how about you talk about Sucker Punch?
Dude, I'd love to talk about Sucker Punch. So Sucker Punch is about some 20-year-old girl who gets framed by her stepfather and gets sent to a psych ward, and weird shit ensues, and she gets lobotomized. I'm not entirely sure what happened in this movie, to be completely honest. That's basically what I know.
That is what happens, to be fair.
Alright,
dude,
cool.
Fun fact. This is the second film of Emily Browning, our main character, where she plays a mental patient who makes an alternate reality to cope with killing her sister.
You know what?
What's up with that?
You know, when you started that fun fact, I was fully ready to pull the trigger on bad fun fact, but you really saved it there at the end. I'm giving it the good.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Someone insert that Doofenshmirtz quote.
Dylan, I am so dying to know what you ranked this film.
Yeah? So if I don't tell you, will you literally keel over on the spot?
Yes.
Oh man, this is a tough decision. I gave it a D+.
That is so much lower than I expected you to
shocking.
give it.
Dude, I wasn't joking when I said this movie didn't make any sense.
I unironically thought you were gonna fucking love this movie, Dylan.
Same.
It's fine in some aspects, but like, dear God, I'll get into it in the fucking review, I guess.
Yeah. Tanner, where'd you put it?
I am sitting at a flat B.
Oh.
Interesting. Jackson, how about you?
I don't fucking know, man. I am pleading the fifth on this one. I think this is the first time I've done it. I genuinely don't fucking know what to think about this movie. I'll go out on a limb and just say I didn't particularly enjoy it, but I'm very mixed on it, and I would like discussion before I decide on something.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with a C-.
There we go, pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
TG, you said...
Yeah, hypothetically, what do you think you would throw this movie at?
God. So, the 2011 movie Sucker Punch, I've seen this movie several times. I've seen this movie, one with a girl I was dating at the time, and she completely did not understand it, and that shocked me. I proceeded to never watch anything else with her because I was just confused. I then watched it with my mother and brother. My mother was like, this movie fucking sucks. My brother was like, this guy has some cool set pieces. Unfortunately, my opinion is an amalgamation of all three of them. I think the leading one is, I think some of the set pieces are good. I think some of the story is confusing. And in general, did she get raped?
No, but like every man in this film is meant to be a rapist, basically.
Yeah, it's like the dancing they're doing is like a metaphor for them being in like a fucking whorehouse against their will.
Yeah,
I was assuming that the okay. So I originally thought this movie had an interesting plot where the girls betray her at the end and like leave her to get lobotomized, but then I realized I didn't fucking pay attention to the ending of the movie. So when I watched it with my brother and my mother, the ending really fucking confuses me. So does she actually get lobotomized or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this movie fucking sucks. Jesus.
there we go.
Yeah, the thing about this film is that like it really isn't that deep. It feels like there should be something deeper going on here, but like there really isn't.
I think I think it's trying to make the dancing as like the set pieces are fantastical because that's how good she's dancing. I think that's as deep as it goes, right?
No, that's a completely wrong interpretation. I'm gonna say my thing because I think it's a good jumping off point for everyone's thoughts.
Sure.
as I said in the chat, I've decided to deem this movie with the new genre of retard kino. As has been pointed out, this movie makes no sense. It is very stupid. It is style over substance in the most pure form imaginable, which is why it is to me retard kino. This is purely an aesthetic movie. Nothing about the plot or the characters or any of that shit matters at all, but goddamn is it aura farming the entire time. If you are someone who is able to turn your brain off and just enjoy the goofy visuals and the big epic action set pieces, you are going to love this. If you are not able to do that, you are going to hate it.
Yeah, I literally have it in my notes that this is the perfect turn your brain off sort of film.
Yeah, it is style and aura farming, and that is fucking it.
Yeah, exactly. Like there
is nothing.
They set up like all these like scenarios for like, oh, we're gonna like go do this thing, but they are like as tangentially related to the action sequences as you could possibly imagine. Like nothing is correlating to what is happening in the real world at all.
Yeah, like my big issue was I didn't realize how all of this was matching up. Like by the time we got to the end of the movie, I completely forgot that all the girls that were and, like, also they just stacked an illusion on an illusion. Like, not only was, like, the fucking whorehouse or whatever, like, already an illusion, but also they're doing more illusions with the dances. I'm getting off subject. I forgot that the girls in, like, the psych ward, were there. And that, like, the girls in the actual, like, place we spent a majority of the movie were there before. And so, I agree with both of you guys. I think this movie is unnecessarily, I'm gonna use the word obtuse. You guys wouldn't say that, but it's just like, it's trying to do something big for no reason. The action sequences are, sure, they're nice to look at, make no sense. The CGI sucks in this movie, quite frankly. Also, I'm not a big fan of the acting, and they try to make a lot of metaphors and allegories or whatever the hell you want to call it. I just don't think they match up, dude. And it's just like, I got to the end of the movie, and I was like, okay, yeah, I get the lobotomy is supposed to be her sacrificing herself. But, like, then it begs the question of, like, why did she even do that? Like, yeah, sure, sacrifice herself. She's a distraction. The only substantial conclusion I can come to from her getting lobotomized on purpose, because the doctor's like, dude, the look in her eyes, you made it, she looked like she wanted me to do it, is like, maybe if the one girl she helped escape gets, like, caught or something, or she gets interrogated, she can't remember it because she's lobotomized. That's the only, like, logical conclusion I can come to. I don't know, and
Dude,
the stopping...
I was just gonna say to that, unironically, I think it is possible Zack Snyder doesn't really know how what lobotomies do, and he kind of thinks it is, like, a legitimate medical practice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna begin to explain that, but...
I sure hope he doesn't think that.
The
Zack
other issue
Snyder
too
isn't
is
very smart.
the pacing
No,
gets
he's not.
throttled in this movie because of just the stop and go. And, like, I get the dancing was supposed to be a representation of, like an action that they're taking. To be honest, I thought a couple of times watching the movie, I just prefer to see the dancing. I don't care about these fucking action sequences, because they have absolutely nothing to do with the movie at hand. And they were just so fantastical, and I don't know. I didn't care for this movie at all. I'm usually the one that's like, dude, I fucking love, like, the action, like, oh, it looks really cool. I don't care for it here. I told Jackson this at the beginning of the movie. I said, this is somehow gonna be some weird roundabout, like, women empowerment movie, and I think that's true.
Well, it seems like what a dumb guy would imagine female empowerment is meant to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listen, man.
What is fucking empowering about this from the female perspective?
They're fighting back against the chains that are wearing their heads.
If anything, this is just empowering in general. They just happen to be girls. If you were trapped in an insane asylum, I'd try to get you out.
Yeah, one thing Dylan brought up is, like, some of the confusion that comes with the fact that for most of the movie, we are in a first-level delusion going into a second-level delusion. Mm-hmm. So, like, the action scenes are representative of the dances, but are the dances also representative of something happening in the real world, or is
That's
she a
what I
mental patient
thought.
dancing in the real world?
That's what I thought. I thought the dances were representation of her being raped because they were actually in a brothel.
Interesting. Hold on a second. He might be cooking there.
You know what I mean? I thought they were actually in a brothel. Like, they were in an insane asylum that was also making these women whore themselves out. And she was dancing.
I thought you were... I'm gonna run with what you were saying. What if her dancing in the brothel illusion is actually a representation of her getting raped in the insane asylum, eh?
I can't draw that line.
Maybe this movie
myself.
deserves an S, eh?
Well, because, like, the dancing is just her, like, distracting people. So,
Right.
I guess, like, is that how she's distracting them? She's having sex with them? Is that what's going on? She's
I
whoring
would
herself
assume
out.
so. I would
The problem
assume
is,
so.
we only see the insane asylum reality at the very beginning and the very end. They're never flashing back to that, so we have no clue what the fuck is actually going on. at
Yeah,
any
and
point.
since, like, the second level, like, fucking fantasy sequences really don't correlate at all to what's happening in the first level, it's impossible to say what it's supposed to be in like, their actual
Hold on,
reality.
I got something. Okay, listen. So we know, like, the weird. Also, what was with the old wise guy at the beginning? Like, obviously we see he's the bus driver at the end of the movie. Where was he that we would have known? Like, how does that? Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say.
I think we're just supposed to, for most of the movie, be like, yeah, he's like the wise old mentor guy, and then he shows up as the bus driver. We're like, holy shit, it's that guy.
Yeah, but that's the main part that's confusing, because my interpretation was she had gotten raped and was losing her fucking mind. So she had just imagined all of the girls got out with the help of this other person in her secondary delusion. You know what I mean?
I can understand what you're saying. I don't agree personally, but I think this movie is so obtuse. I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to wrap your head around here. So, like, when the old guy shows up there at the very end, that's when you're supposed to realize, oh, this movie's fucking stupid and none of this matters.
Yes, I did come to that conclusion. Anyway, like I'd been
Wait, are
trying to
the
get
other
through the
girls
past.
dead in real life at the end?
Fucking let me talk. I just want to get this point out, please.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you if
gosh.
your point sucks and wasn't worth saying.
All I'm trying to say is we knew they needed a key, they needed a knife, they needed fire. They had disclosed at the end of the movie, when we're out of the fucking brothel illusion, like, oh, she stabbed people and she was causing all this, but she even set this thing on fire. So it's right to assume that everything that happened in the second level delusion probably also happened in reality, considering it's probably just a trickle-down effect.
I don't think there were Nazi zombies in the original one, Dylan.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's so unfortunate.
He's
Anyway,
misinterpreting how we're using second level. You're talking about the first level delusion, Dylan.
I'm talking about the dances.
Yeah, the first level delusion.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Why
Anyway,
do the orcs
Jackson,
just straight up look like the Lord of the Rings orcs?
because they're lazy.
I just thought
Like, they don't
were.
look any different from them at all.
Because they're lazy. Maybe they asked the people after they were done shooting Lord of the Rings, they're like, hey, can we borrow some of your guys for
That's
a movie
just
that we're
what people
shooting?
thought
How
orcs looked like
embarrassing
in
would that be?
2011.
Dude, Jackson hasn't said anything. He's been patiently waiting for us to stop yelling at each other. Jackson, please.
I mean, I just don't really have a ton to say, to be honest. Outside of what you guys have already said, I think the movie was really fucking stupid, and unfortunately, it presented itself as this from the very start. So it just never really pulled me back in, and I just kind of thought it was really dumb and bad for most of it. I don't have a ton of extra commentary, to be honest, from what you guys have already said.
Did you think it looked cool? Was it aesthetic?
The problem here is, like, you know, when they go into those, like, action sequences and stuff, I just thought they were really fucking goofy, so no, not really.
That's funny.
The problem is I thought they were really fucking sweet and I liked them a lot.
The funniest thing, too, is they tried to make the one sister dying such a big part of it, but I don't know if there was enough emotional buildup, or maybe they just didn't do it right for it to affect me. And then they just ended up killing the other two on a whim, so then it's like, if you're gonna kill people, this has always been a philosophy of mine, if you're gonna kill people in a movie, try not to do it all at once. I feel like that really just...
What?
I don't like, I just don't like it in movies when if you kill everybody, it happens in the same, like, condensed sequence. Like, I just want it has absolutely nothing to do with Anyway.
What
never
seems
mind.
really funny to me about Zack Snyder is, like, he's clearly a massive nerd who, like, reads comic books and watches anime and whatever, but he only likes that stuff for the aesthetics. He doesn't care about any of, like, the stories or anything it's doing, so, like, that's why his Superman fucking sucks. That's why this has, like, a katana and that sort of shit in it, but it doesn't...
Yeah, it
like,
doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like vibes to him. He's the only guy who, like, as a 40-year-old man is watching anime purely because he thinks it looks cool and doesn't give a fuck about, like, stories or anything.
Yeah, that first combat sequence was god-awful, I gotta say. Also...
Dude, I thought it was fucking sweet.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the music selection in this movie. I thought it was very strange and almost...
I agree, the music fucking sucks.
Yeah,
I
they
like the
tried to
music.
Yeah,
adapt
like
it.
the first third of it's like a fucking musical.
Yeah, it's very strange. It was like, you know... what movies did I compare it to? I said Burlesque for sure. There was... Oh! I said this is a worse version of Birds of Prey. Not Birds of Prey. No, yeah, Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey is a really bad movie, though. So
Yeah, so is
I mean,
this.
This came
worse than
first,
that.
so Birds of Prey would just be a newer version of Sucker Punch.
I
We'll
would
have to
definitely
see,
rank Birds of Prey higher than
if
this.
we ever get around to that one.
Wait, okay, so Tanner, you gave this film a B, but you haven't said like anything good about it whatsoever yet. What
What do
did
you
you
mean?
like
I've
about
mentioned
this
the
movie?
aesthetics and vibes and how cool the action
He
scenes
is
are.
Dan
I've said
Schneider.
all-
This
oh
is
my
his alt
God.
account.
Dan Schneider.
Rob Schneider, whatever his fucking name is.
Rob Schneider.
The action and like the
Really?
aesthetics weren't even that good. This is a very ugly looking film.
I do
Dude.
agree with that. This film did not look very
I can
pretty.
see how to some that would be the case, but like I see the vision. I don't know.
This
like
movie is
you could
entirely
say that about.
vibes-based.
Yeah, it is vibes based. You can say all of Zack Snyder's movies look ugly, but like some people just like dig the aesthetic he has.
I forgot you're a Snyder bro. It all checks out now.
Yeah. I'm not really a Snyder bro though, because I think his version of Superman fucking sucks ass, and I hate him for it. But like,
You were
I
one
do
of those
like all of
fellers
his other
crying
stuff.
out for the Snyder cut, though. You wanted it so bad, and you lapped it up the moment it was released.
I did watch it, and it was decent. I guess I wasn't like making tweets about it or anything.
You literally dedicated an episode to our Last of Us Part 2 playthrough to talking about how much you wanted it.
I do remember
Dude,
that.
no, you don't, and I
Yes, I
also don't remember it.
Dude, it
So-
happened. It's real. Like the One Piece.
I will just say, Tanner, like, even as a little middle schooler, which I'm certain was this film's target audience, I did not enjoy it, so...
Wait, did you see this in middle school?
yes.
That's fucking crazy.
That's because you were really effeminate in middle school, so you just don't get it.
That's crazy.
Dude,
I was
too.
MGTOW
You were a
as fuck in
bitch
middle
in
school,
middle
what do you
school.
mean?
In middle
I
school,
think
you were
we're
such a
in
pussy.
Yeah.
I think we're getting a little off subject here. Are we done talking about the movie?
I think we're done.
Alright, cool. This was starting to turn into Guapish at the Disco. Jackson, what is the final conclusion you came to? Do you need more time?
Yeah, I didn't like this movie. I'm with Dylan. I gave it a D+.
There we go. Fantastic. You know what? I'll go ahead and lower my rank as well to a D+, and we're gonna be implementing our tier list rules here, so now it's forced down to a D+, regardless of what Tanner gives it.
Very
That'd be
funny.
so funny.
I could never.
Yeah, I'm keeping my D+ though, just for posterity.
I'll stick at my B with the asterisk that this is probably going to come down over time.
I hope so,
Better.
dude. He's gonna watch Birds of Prey and realize I was right. Yeah.
Tanichi, what's your final rank for Sucker Punch?
Oh God, I know my score doesn't matter, but I have to go with my fucking. I have to go with my gut
plus,
here
D
and give
plus,
this a
D plus.
fucking F, bro. This
Flat
shit made
F, there
no
we go.
Is there
sense.
any movie he hasn't given an F to when we
I
have
need
him on?
Tanichi, you need to start watching movies with us the week that we're reviewing them and then review them. I need your rankings on the website. I'm desperate for them. I need this data.
I have not been secretive about my opinion that you guys just review bullshit. So
You
I
need to
I
go
don't
watch
think
our-
so.
bullshit.
You need to go watch our like collectively F-ranked movies, and then you'll see what we've been.
You'll know what a true fucking F rank
forced
is if you
to-
dig through the schlock that's
Yeah.
actually down there.
Like
That's fair.
there's so many. I was telling this to the boys the other day. There are so many movies in F tier I'd prefer to watch now because of some of the other F tier movies.
I just will never forget Happy Feet getting positive reviews.
That's because I'm a fucking child at heart.
Anyway, C- overall. Let's not linger on Sucker Punch longer. We've talked about this movie for a long time, shockingly.
Sounds about right, dude.